It's on. Look, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
It is so on.
Pull up a chair, grab a cold one, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's time for the Fan Happy Hour. On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080. The Fan. Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey, happy Thursday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your afternoon, but let's check in with the most important man, Jordan Schultz. What's happening, dude?
Yo, happy Friday Eve. Good
Friday,
day. Hot day.
Friday Eve. What's that?
A hot day, baby. Good day.
Well, today's hot, tomorrow hotter.
We're getting to 102, I think I see now on my weather app. It's like this was at 99. Now we're at 101. Then I saw 102.
That's right now it's 101?
Well, now, no, like tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
It's now back to 100. Get these weather people. Like, I want to say I feel bad for them, but at the same time I don't, because they get paid a lot of money. But when they're
they
wrong,
get wait.
Oh, I know the best ones here in,
Wait.
like, if you want to go long tenured weather people, absolutely.
Really?
Oh yeah, like let's throw some names out there.
Go for it.
I watch KGW.
Okay.
That's my
Sure.
station of choice. I know for a fact that Matt Safino there and Rod Hill, the morning and afternoon weather guys on that station, get paid bungloads of money. Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Man, I thought we got paid pretty well to be wrong all the time.
Well, they get paid about 7 times that.
And
so.
I mean, how long have those guys been there? I'm just thinking those names.
94 or 5, I think.
Woo!
So I'm 36. So that was right around when I was 6 years old. I think Matt Safino joined as a young pup. And Rod, he's been everywhere, man. He was at
Has he?
KPTV. He's been all over the place.
I do not have the pulse of weather people in this city or any other city at all. So thank you for the weather people info. I will tell you that tomorrow is now expected to be the hottest hood to coast ever.
That's not a good thing for one Brandon Sprague here on 105.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, you're running it
Yeah,
too.
who cares about Sprague?
You know what? I did hear that, and I forgot until you mentioned, so I
Thanks for
apologize.
doing your research before the show. I appreciate you being prepared.
Right.
So we have 2 teams here. So Sprague has his own team. He's captaining. The great Dave Kingsella from our sales department is captaining the other team. I am on Dave's team. I'm not on Sprague's team.
All right.
So we'll be racing against them in record heat.
Yeah, what time are you running?
We have
sir?
the same start time for the groups, which is like 5:30 in the morning, something like that.
That's great.
I'm leg 5.
Okay.
So my first run will be about 8:30 in the morning.
That's fine.
My second one will be around 5:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, so peak heat here in the Willamette Valley. You're going to be hitting 101. Can you run with like an ice pack on your back?
I do have the cooling towels. My wife's like, "Oh, you want to pack a cooling towel?" I'm like, "I want to pack 3 cooling
6
towels."
of them, please,
So,
honey.
Yeah. So we have another coworker said she will be packing ice packs into her sports bra, which seems like a good strategy. I do not have a sports bra, but maybe I can check out Dick's, see if they have a sports bro just
Dude,
to hold
just
ice
grab
packs.
a sports bra. Grab the biggest one you can find. Throw them in there. Be like, what are you, Luke? Are you?
Yeah.
Have you changed? No, just trying to stay cool.
Looking good. I don't know how much it cools down between where we are now and Scappoose, but that's where my second leg should be. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot of relief.
But it is a little bit up in the hills.
I'm hoping.
That's a little bit cooler.
Here's to open. The nice thing is, I think that is my flattest, least elevation changing leg. I'm climbing a total of 300 feet of elevation on my legs.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is -5 feet. So I think my hottest will be the only one where I get a little reprieve from hill climbing. But my 2 least favorite things, running in heat and running up hills.
I'm so sorry. Everybody that does the hood to coast, congrats. I commend you. I don't think I will, even if I lose weight, I will probably never do one. I'm not a runner.
This is number 6
Good for you.
for me. So 6 different legs. Was supposed to be the hardest leg. So I was like, give me the hard ones now. I want to hit all 12, and then I can retire. And if I do it the next 6 consecutive years, I will turn 50 the year that I would do my 12th. I'll
Okay.
do the final leg. I'll run into the beach. And, if I don't have any satisfaction, I'll just keep going right into the ocean. And if I feel some validation, then I'll turn around and hang out at the party.
Now, are you a runner?
So
By
I never
trade?
thought I was, but
No?
you know what? There was we've got him hanging around the building today, but former KGON guy
Yeah.
Ryan Castle works for Odyssey up in Seattle. He's on our team running with us. A big bearded fella.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Not a big fella, but
No, but
big
hard to
beard.
miss. Yeah.
He's tall, but yeah, he's
Exactly.
not a huge guy. But he and I did a run for Special Olympics Oregon.
Cool.
The COVID year. So it was supposed to be the polar plunge, but they couldn't get a big mass of
Yeah.
people together. So he and I and Derek, who does afternoons on 94.7,
Nice.
we all got together and ran a virtual 10K to help raise money for Special Olympics Oregon. And so we went out and we videotaped the start and the finish, and we ended up running in just what ended up being a torrential downpour. And one of the ideas that they threw out there to draw more attention and make it more fun was dress like superheroes. And so,
Superman's drenched out there in the rain.
well, I went.
or a very poorly dressed Superman.
I went Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
TMNTs, yeah.
Well, for Halloween costumes, I've always told my wife, I'm like, I will do anything that you want for like a family costume. Because we have so many years with the twins
Yeah.
where they'll want to do what we're doing. And they were like 2 at the time.
Yeah.
So we told them what they were going to do. But my rule is the most I will invest is a t-shirt. So I had a Leonardo t-shirt, had like the turtle abs on the front,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the little belt thing,
Makes
and
you
a
look
shell on the
sexy.
back. Totally. But it's just basically I threw on a t-shirt, went for a run.
I got you.
Mr. Castle bought a Deadpool costume, and then he was looking at it going, man, all this padding's really to get in my way. So he
Yep.
pulled out all of the padding that was in the chest and the arms. And he's like, I'll leave the abs because that'll make me look cool.
Did he just look fat?
He started to look a little bit fat, but you could still see the abs. Then it started pouring down rain, and the abs filled with water. So not only did it look like a big fat gut, it actually sloshed when he ran.
Wearing a giant sponge.
And so my goal was to get out of the rain as fast as I possibly could. He was running alongside me. Derek he pulled something snowboarding, so he kind of bailed about halfway through.
Yeah.
And we ran from the old building down at Bancroft up
Okay.
to the Steel Bridge and back. And on the way back, Castle, who is a runner, he goes, dude, you're breaking 8-minute miles. You need to slow down just a skosh for me. And then we finished the race, and I still had some energy left to go. He goes, you said you weren't a runner. After that, you're officially a runner. So that's when I adopted it. So now I've just kind of resigned to the fact that I'm a runner. Isaac and Suk asked me yesterday, they're like, why the hell are you running Hood to Coast?
No kidding.
And I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do anything else. You know what? I will resign to the fact that I'm a runner.
Good for
So,
you.
Yeah. So I might die tomorrow, but I'll die as a runner, and I've admitted it, and I've accepted my fate. And now 102 degrees. And
Can I?
we've-
Oh, yeah, 102.
Go ahead.
Well, can I tell you which costume I would wear? Because I already know. It would
Oh,
be the
sure. Go
Green
ahead.
Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You
Okay.
kidding me? Probably
I don't
Sans
know.
helmet.
don't
Because
know.
that, if you're trying to run in like 100 degrees, I don't know. Like, but if this were a costume thing, like
No.
you were putting on.
No, that
back
was a
in the-
whole.
no,
that was February too, so the costume seemed
That's
nice
actually
to
a
keep
pretty
you warm.
decent idea then for February.
Yeah, so 'cause, like I said, it was supposed to be the polar plunge. We did that instead. We were going to jump in the river, but we were so wet when we were done running. There's really no point. So.
We're already soaked.
All right. Well, we used up most of our time here with that, so I think we need to dive right into In Case You Missed It. You got some bed music there for me, my friend.
I didn't know.
Oh boy, that is not the one. I gotta find my thing.
Sorry, buddy.
No, you're good. I don't even have my jokes in front of me. I gotta find them. You've distracted me. Ready when you are.
What music is it?
Oh, normally the Benny Hill. We don't have
That's
to
what I
do it.
thought. I just
All right.
couldn't. Sorry, I'm new. I
No,
couldn't.
Al, don't you worry about it. It's you and Dusty tomorrow, so good luck with that.
That'll be a whole show of Benny Hill music.
Lamar Jackson, we talked about him yesterday. He was not seriously hurt in practice yesterday when his foot was stepped on at practice, to which head coach John Harbaugh came out today and said, prayers do get answered. Boy, that must make you feel good if you're Lamar Jackson's backup.
I know that.
Add insult to injury. Can you name Lamar Jackson's backup, Mr. Schultz?
It was Huntley, and
It
he's
ain't
moved
now.
on. Hell, I remember like They've had I don't know who it is this year.
So your coach doesn't care about you. Jordan Schultz doesn't care about you. Cooper Rush. I'm sorry
Rush is there.
that nobody cares about you.
Oh, they let him leave Dallas, huh?
They did, yeah. According to the internet, that's what it is, because I didn't know until I looked it up.
I mean, hey, good for him. Tyson Bagent, the backup in Chicago, that $10 million deal that he just got, like crying because of what a difference it made for his family.
I'll tell you,
Pretty cool.
Pretty good job to be a
backups are
backup quarterback. But yeah, the future of the Ravens team is kind of in the hands of one Lamar Jackson.
Cooper's like, I don't want to make a whole city hate me again.
Did you see the line drive that was hit back at Shohei Ohtani yesterday?
I missed that one.
So he took a 93-mile-an-hour drive off of his upper thigh, and the reports were good. They said the worst-case scenario was avoided. Now, if you watch the line drive, according to the team, the worst-case scenario was there was no damage to his knee or any bones. Dude, when a guy gets hit with a 93-mile-an-hour ball off of a bat to the upper thigh, that's not the worst-case scenario I was thinking of.
Balls.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Balls. I'm just going to say it. Like, cojones. Like, what are we doing? Maybe pitchers should be wearing cups out there.
Hey, man. Oh, that was immediately my first thought of, like, worst-case scenario that I read on. And they're like, oh, yeah, luckily it didn't hit his knee. I'm like, that's not the knee. Maybe the wee knee? I don't know.
Remember Hall of Famer Adrian Beltre?
Oh,
Third
yeah.
baseman, very famous for not wearing a cup at the hot corner. And
Oh, sure.
A couple of times, go
Well,
find the reactions. It was pretty bad.
Can we talk about Mitch Haniger?
I mean, yes, an outfielder who don't normally wear cups, but yes, the one testicle that got hit by a baseball and destroyed, 5 years ago?
So when that happened, we looked up how many players have had that happen, because a catcher did too. One of the Molina brothers, maybe?
I think so. Is it over 10?
No, it's right around half a dozen. But, 3 or 4 of the guys played for the Mariners. Like, the Mariners lead, and I don't have it all memorized, but the Mariners...
It's T-Mobile Park.
I think a few of them played at the Kingdom. The Mariners lead Major League Baseball in ruptured testicles, but yet are the only team never to make it to the Fall Classic. So we've picked the wrong team, my friend. It's not ideal.
I mean, if you watch sports not for teams winning, but for fascinating stories, I think the Seattle Mariners actually take the cake.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. A bullet was fired into the Kansas City Chiefs coach Andy Reid's office at the team practice facilities in May of 2024.
What?
I know.
And we're just hearing about this now.
Listen, the reports just came out. He was the only one there. The bullet is actually lodged in the wall. What I can't figure out is who doesn't like Andy Reid? Well, if you're in Kansas City, he has won you 3 Super Bowls. He's the winningest coach in franchise history. If you're an Eagles fan, he's the winningest coach in franchise history. He just handed you a Super Bowl. I mean, what? Who's mad at this guy?
Well, even if you don't take like a
boo, was that for shooting him or for the joke?
For the shoot.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
don't.
yeah.
The joke was okay, but like, I don't know, man. If you're gonna,
Russ does this all the time. You're supposed to react to the joke, not to the story. He didn't. Luckily, he didn't get hit.
I think this story kind of transcends the joke, brother. Like, if you're that mad at a head coach, like, and you want to go plan to go shoot him, check yourself into a mental health facility.
Well, here's the problem.
Who's doing this?
Have you read Catch 22?
No.
Catch 22. The whole premise of the book is if you're too insane, then there's no way to know that you're insane.
Yeah.
If you
It's
can
like
admit,
that stupid people are too stupid to know that they're stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
This is based on
Gotcha.
World War II pilots. If you can admit that you're crazy, then you're not crazy enough to be pulled out. But if you're crazy, you'll get pulled out of duty. Whatever. Finally, Dylan Gabriel asked directly about the quarterback competition, said, yeah, it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that, but my job is to compete, and and that's what I'm focused on doing. So there's entertainers and competitors in the Browns quarterback room. It feels like shots fired. Here's my advice to you, Mr. Gabriel, is if this little spat goes to blows, get inside, move your head, because the entertainers got a lot longer reach than you do. So I'm rooting for you, brother. But get inside, duck and weave, eliminate the reach. That's how you do it.
He was just talking about the NFL in general
Yeah,
as far as quarterbacks
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Not the
that's-
Cleveland Browns quarterback room there, Luke.
That's what it is. I'm rooting for Dylan Gabriel. Anytime you can get a 5'2" guy to start at quarterback, I am all for it. All right, with that, we move on to the Daily Buzz. This is the Fan Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Prime Time with Isaac Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Well, we got breaking news. This just coming out. The SEC, that's the Southeastern Conference, that is one of the juggernauts in college sports and specifically college football, if you've never heard of them. They have conceded and will join the rest of the college football by playing a 9-game conference schedule. I was looking at you, Schulte, the whole time thinking you were looking for the button to push for applause, and you gave me 3 claps. I love that.
I don't need the applause button. I could do it myself.
You did. I love it.
I'm excited about this, actually.
Dude, no, well, this is we've been talking about this for a long time, and this is something that gets under a lot of people's skin. When we first started the happy hour, we had this whole debate where we had Dusty in here for one of the bonus hours we were doing before Ducks Insider started. Yeah. And I have said that if the SEC is not willing to change, the rest of college football is silly not to. I still believe that. I didn't think we would ever see the SEC cave on this point. I mean, they have reaped all the benefits of it. But the truth is now with the extended playoff, it kind of disintegrates their advantage a little bit. I mean, they are, I think, on fairly equal footing with the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. But now for the teams that missed out last year, so we talked about the story yesterday, that the committee is going to look at the, I can't remember what they called it. It wasn't the strength of schedule, but it was like the relative strength of
which
whatever.
Is like the opponents of opponents or something.
It is that losing to a good team isn't the same as losing to a bad team. Winning over a good team is much better than winning over a bad team. It's just, listen, it's all nuance and it's all stupid. Yeah. But it was a way for the SEC and for the Big Ten to justify getting more teams in. Like, hey, we just have more. It just means more. We have more competition. It's harder here. We've got better teams. Whatever that is. The SEC, I think, conceding is saying that, hey, if you guys are going to give us a little bit of room here, and I think this might be one of those smokescreen things where they go, let's throw it out there, and then we'll follow it up with this story. But it feels very much like they feel if they play more conference games, they can get more teams ranked, which means they get more strength of schedule or whatever the new metric they're making up, and more teams in the college football playoff. So, but hey, at least it got them to move. Now, whether or not they still take one of their non-conference games and play it before their rivalry game at the end of the season is to be determined. So we're one step closer to getting something that resembles universal scheduling in college football. So this is great news.
Absolutely. It's just the direction that the sport is moving, right? And frankly, any conference...
Well, I don't know if it's a direction that the sport is moving necessarily.
Or if it's already there.
I mean, I think this is a big step. I mean, you have Indiana who came out in their presser for the Big Ten Media Day. I was going to say Big 16, but is it 16 teams? Or is it 18? Is it 19? Is it 22? The Big Ten Media Days, Curt Cignetti came out and said, yeah, we're not going to play anybody tough. Why would we? The SEC doesn't. Exactly. And that was the narrative for all of these Big Ten teams, was to say, essentially, we're going to do everything we can to prove that we deserve more teams in the playoffs.
I just mean like universal more in the way of now a college football playoff as opposed to conference v conference. We are coming to the period in college football where schedules are going to match closer than they ever have. Now, can we get teams scheduling the same strength of schedule in their first 2 or 3 preseason games? That's also to be determined.
Well, sure. And if you could do something that is tiered in the idea of having where if you have 3 non-conference games, now it's universal, right? So everybody has 3 non-conference games. You play a Power 4, you play a what is it? It's not group of 4 because there's not 4 of them. There's a group of 6 or whatever.
Group of 6, and then you
and then you could play your regional game against whatever university that you basically endow so they can keep their football program and play an FCS school.
You pay the one time a year you still pay $4 million for a school to come in.
Well, sure, but keeping the Portland State, the Montana State, the Idaho State games for Oregon,
Yes.
I think has some value, and you can use it as a preseason game, or you can use it as a bye, or you can use it wherever you want. Because if everybody does, and I volunteered yesterday, I have volunteered 100 times, I'm happy to do the college football schedule for you, but you don't want to have something where everybody plays their FCS opponent in week 1 or week 0. You don't want it to be everybody plays their group of 5 in week 2, and you don't want everybody to play their Power 5 games at the same time, because you want to have a mix-up where you can play as many interesting games each week as possible. Like having all the rivalry games in 1 week, they're going to overlap, and if you want to watch Texas, Oklahoma at the same time that Auburn and Alabama are playing, just as an example, it's kind of a bummer for guys like me that I don't have a team. I'm a general college football fan. I would like college football to figure itself out. Until they do, for me, it's really hard to dive both feet in and be a college football fan. But for me, it's just spread it out. Every week, give me 6 games that are really interesting with top teams playing top opponents. Every week, give me at least half a dozen. Is that too much to ask?
I mean, I'd love that.
Yeah, and then you spread them out across the time clock, so it makes sense for you to be able to sit down and just watch football and ignore your family like God intended.
Well,
Right?
I'll
No?
deal with the scheduling issues after we deal with the competitive balance.
Well,
so
so-
if we're talking like which one do
Yep.
you want fixed first, it sounds like the SEC is actually getting right with the rest of the league. I'm
So
down
far,
with
so
that.
good. It's a great step in the right direction. The SEC has agreed to play 9 conference games, and it will start in 2026.
Yes,
So you won't
26.
get any help this year, but great news from there. We move on to the Browns quarterback room, which we talked about a little bit. And in case you missed it, Joe Flacco has already been named the Week 1 starter, but turns out he will play in this weekend's preseason game. So the funny thing is he hadn't been playing in any of the games, and they've been rolling out whoever's healthy enough to play. But it sounds like the order, just to give you a little crystal ball into it, you've got Kenny Pickett on the roster, you've got Tyler Huntley, of course you've got on the PUP list Deshaun Watson, who won't play.
No.
But the order of play for this weekend's preseason game will be Joe Flacco, followed by Dylan Gabriel, and then Shedeur Sanders. So Shedeur has gotten over the oblique injury that had him out, and you will see those guys in that order. Whether or not Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders are playing for the last spot, or just trying to decide who's going to be on the practice squad, or whatever they're going to do. But if they're keeping 4 quarterbacks, that seems like a big mistake. But here's the information that you've got so far: is we know that you're going to have Flacco, and then I assume another audition for Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. So we'll see what happens.
It's weird they're
with
playing
that.
Flacco in the final game. What that tells me is that they plan on at some point in this season moving to Dylan Gabriel if it's not going right. You know, there are weapons on the offensive side there in Cleveland still, but Joe Flacco, man, how long can he stop Father Time?
My guess,
I don't know.
My guess is he said, "I want a couple live bullets before the season starts." I think this is probably a Joe Flacco decision.
Okay, just get me in for a series
would be my guess. Yeah, because there's no reason to play him unless he wants to. He's like, yeah, just get me out there. I want to just throw to my guys and
Every guy's different.
Get the feel. It would be my guess.
Okay, like Aaron Rodgers isn't playing tonight, but Joe Flacco, he is going to play. So different.
There you go. Ron Rivera is joining the California football program, not as a head coach. He is going to take a role where he can be kind of a figurehead. He's going to be in charge of responsibilities like fundraising, marketing, recruiting, and increasing fan interest. That is his alma mater. So he will be working with Justin Wilcox, not against him. That, to me, is probably a good sign for Cal, and I hope it works. But these GM spots are becoming more and more important in college football. And if you don't have a grasp on how much money is coming out, it was also announced today that Dylan Raiola, quarterback for Nebraska, a team that hasn't won anything in a very long time, and it's just been a revolving door for coaches. Even guys that won national championships as quarterbacks get run out of town very quickly. They are paying Dylan Raiola $3 million in NIL money, or the collective, or
the
businesses,
salary,
or whatever.
Which is what?
It's very.
confusing.
Anytime I look at these lists, I always wonder how those numbers are actually calculated, but it did come out today, $3 million, just to give you a reference on where that sits with other players. Arch Manning
Yeah.
NIL money, do you have a guess?
It's got to be higher than that. What
It's
are we
the
talking?
highest.
4.5.
$6.8 million.
I was asking Dirt and Sprague
Do you know how
this.
much? Do you know how much Archie Manning made in his entire 13-year NFL career?
$4 million.
$2
Oh my
million.
God.
We looked at
What
this
is
the
that
other day.
adjusted for inflation? It's probably a lot more.
Sure, maybe
but
it ain't 6.8.
Yeah, right.
It
But
might
the, no, I was talking with Dirt and Sprague about this earlier in the year. When are we going to see these salaries for kids or NIL, whatever you want to call it, climb, especially at the quarterback position, to like $10 million? Man, we're almost there already.
Yeah.
We're 3 years into this, and these guys are going to be making a tenth. Or not, I should say, like maybe a fifth or so of what professional quarterbacks in the NFL are. That's weird to me.
It's not just quarterbacks. Arch Manning 6.8, Carson Beck 4.3. Your number 3 NIL in college football, $4.2 million to Jeremiah Smith.
I mean,
That's not even a key position in the NFL.
But see, that one I agree with. Jeremiah Smith could already be in the NFL. There's differences here. You got to weigh each case.
I understand that, but wait till you get a pass rusher that has like the Jadeveon Clowney model where he could have been drafted after his freshman year.
But how many of those are going to come to your
you got
program?
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith is a once in a lifetime wide receiver. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, we've seen guys like that, but yeah. I mean, and he says that Ohio State's wide receiver room better this year. I mean, that is wide receiver paying for a guy that would change anybody else's program forever. All right, the final story I want to get to: Jaylen Brown's father was arrested for attempted murder.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't get to it in the update, but I figured I shouldn't. I don't know.
I'm just giving you the information. With that, we do need to walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed in the buzz.
This update is brought to you by Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop, by the way. A great spot for any occasion. Don't forget, you save 10% on your Butcher Shop order when you dine in, menus and more at Laurelhurst Market.
Real quick, I got their brisket sausages. Took those camping. Oh my goodness. So if you go in for steak, grab some sausages for the weekend. The brisket brats. Oh man, they were good.
I've had a ribeye from there. That's all I've eaten from Laurelhurst. Damn, it was good.
Cool. What did we miss on the stories?
Well, we do have the Tour Championship happening right now. The final event of the PGA season and the FedEx Cup getting wrapped up here soon. It looks like round one action so far has Russell Henley at the top of the leaderboard. He's already done for the day through 9. Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, Justin Thomas, Robert McIntyre, and Tommy Fleetwood. Good Lord, 5 of them tied for second at 6 under.
Yeah, it's I got it on the TV right now. Scotty Scheffler in a little bit of trouble. We'll see if he gets on it.
He's at 5 under right now. Only through 16, though, so he could make that a little bit better before the end of his day.
Yeah.
All right. More sports scores and stories coming your way in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Dirt and Sprague. Weekday morning, It's Thursday on the Fan Happy Hour. This is Take Your Pick, where you're invited to join the game.
Okie dokie.
Overthink, underthink, or don't think at all. Let's go.
Let's go.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
All right, did we get him, Jordan?
We did not. I think Nathan is camping right now.
Yeah, well, I said he's camping. Nathan was our winner of last week's Pick'em. He is at the coast. He gave us his number, told him to try to give him a call.
Right to voicemail.
But right to voicemail. So we assume that either there was a tsunami and nobody has. What, no?
I hope not.
I'm sure he's
Every
fine.
time
I
I'm
hope
in-
he's fine.
When I'm in Lincoln City and I see those tsunami lines, I have bad thoughts for like 3 seconds.
Dude, I'll tell you the one the other day. I mean, listen, just because nothing happened, the next time that there's a warning, take it seriously.
Yeah, take it seriously.
That is not something to mess around with. All right, Jordan, we'll go solo. Why don't you walk us through the pick'em? Oh, real quick, if you want to play along with the pick'em, go to at Fan Happy Hour, or it's been retweeted through the Fan Twitter site. It's on my Facebook. You can play along with the Fan pick'em. Send it in for your chance to win a spot to be here next Thursday with us to pick games, and we'll have more real college football games just like we do this week. What do you got?
I love it. I would say the biggest one of 3 college football games on the slate here for Saturday. Or week 0.
Whoa. I got 5 on there.
Oh, we got 5?
Oh, yeah. I got Hilltoppers on there. I got a few.
I'm not counting.
Man.
Okay, I was thinking
you don't have
like
to count them all.
Division 1.
They're all Division 1. There's only 2 games that include ranked teams.
Okay. It's just kind of a weird weekend.
Well, it's week 0. Week
It's
0
a
is
boring
stupid.
week 0.
We already complained about limping into college football season. Come on, we can do better than this college football. If you're gonna have week 0, put at least one marquee game on there.
Yeah, make it so like I can tell my wife there's going to be a good game on. Damn it, Iowa State, Kansas State, all the way over across the pond in Dublin. Who do you have in the only top 25 matchup of the weekend, Luke, between Kansas State and Iowa State? But more importantly, do either of them wig the Big 12, or is there maybe a sneaky school that you got winning that conference?
Well, the Big 12 is the weirdest conference to try to pick. It feels like you've got Miami and Clemson at the top, maybe Bill Belichick at the top of the ACC sneaks in. We know who the players are in the Big 10 and the SEC. But the Big 12 last year, Arizona State was picked at the bottom, and they would get all the way to the top. I'm going to take the Cyclones in this game.
Okay.
But what I'm really, and here's the thing, I do not pick games with my brain. I do it with my heart. And so I'll do the same thing with the Big 12. Here's what I'm really rooting for is I want Deion to win, not because he's Deion. I just want to do it without his stinking kids, because I think that would be really funny. Shedeur gets cut by the Browns. Shiloh doesn't do anything with the Bucks. And whoever the new guys are go in there and just run buckshot over the Big 12 out of Colorado. And everybody loses their mind. Oh, my gosh, Deion has done it. They get to the playoffs and get wiped. That's what I'm rooting for.
I kind of want Colorado to sneak in the Big 12. Maybe Deion can just have, like, without his kid at quarterback.
Yes,
for the first
that's
time
exactly
ever.
what I'm saying. And then just get housed by, like, the 4th Big 10 team.
Oh, that'd be great.
Let's go. Illinois or whoever, and they just club them.
I think Illinois is in the Big 10.
That's what I'm saying. They play the best Big 10 team.
Oh,
you're saying the championship game.
Yeah,
No, I want them. I want them in
okay.
the playoff, and they get to host a game because they don't get the bye because they switch it up. And they're like, we're not gonna give them a bye, and then they just get absolutely clobbered. Or they play the group of 5, whoever, and Nevada beats the hell out of them. Come on.
No. All right. Moving on. Hawaii is playing in week 0. Thought that was pretty cool. They are going to be hosting Stanford. Yeah, the Cardinal. Can you believe that they are in Hawaii? I mean, that's a pretty crazy one. Saw this stat before the show, Luke. Hawaii, Stanford, they're going to be traveling more in the NCAA for football this season than anybody else, any other team. I mean, has there ever been an ACC team in Hawaii? CCCCC. Like,
yeah.
I'm not sure I remember Florida State ever taking like a long trip there.
No.
I don't remember any of the lesser schools like North Carolina.
No.
It's been years since they've been over there.
Now, usually they find a West Coast team, not an Atlantic Coast team, to travel to Hawaii. I was looking at the numbers. Hawaii always travels more than anybody else, right? You got to go 2,500 miles or whatever it is or 2,300 miles across the ocean to play anybody on the West Coast. But Stanford is number 2 with miles traveled. So putting a Palo Alto, California team in the ACC, dumb enough. They're playing at Miami, at North Carolina, among others. They are traveling 11,000 miles. And that doesn't count round trips. Dusty and I were looking at this yesterday. So without counting the return flight, they have to go 11,000 miles to play their schedule this year. Number 3, the Oregon Ducks. Do you know how far they travel this year?
Let's go like 8,500.
Yeah, that's it, right around there. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like 8,600 or whatever it is. But yes, no, it's an absolute bonkers schedules for Stanford. I'll take Stanford to win this game. I don't know that it'll have any impact, but having Andrew Luck back there in some fashion, I mentioned Ron Rivera is going back to Cal. Having Andrew Luck there and trying to turn things around for his former coach David Shaw, I kind of root for Stanford a little bit. It'd be nice to see them do something.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the NFL. Seattle Seahawks action. Of course, this is final week 3 of the preseason here, and thank God we are only down 3 weeks because I'm not sure I could watch another preseason game. I tuned into week 1, and then I kind of looked at the box scores in week 2. Just give me regular season stuff, man.
Yeah,
and one of the reasons that I am looking forward to the regular season is, once again, the freaking NFC West is wide open.
Yeah,
the
it is.
Seattle Seahawks, man. Re-upping, of course, getting Sam Darnold instead of Geno Smith, moving on from DK Metcalf, but bringing in Cooper Kupp, bringing in Marquez Valdez-Scantling to replace those guys on some lesser contracts after moving on from DK. Do you think they can be a playoff team? I'm kind of convinced, but I want to hear what you say, Luke.
Yes, I do. You mentioned a lot of players that were added and a lot of changes that were made. I think the biggest change that they made this season, and it's pretty obvious when you watch them in preseason, that they want to run the ball.
Yes.
They have said that for years. Pete Carroll wanted to run the ball, but then they brought in Shane Waldron and
Grubb.
and just all these, and they never really seem to have that in it. Clint Kubiak is the biggest offseason addition. They look like they really want to run the ball, and I think your starting running back's going to be Zach Charbonnet. It's going to be awesome. Yes, I think the Seahawks will be a playoff team. For time's sake, you want to skip the Mariners and we'll go to the final one?
No, that's fine. I will just quickly add that I think they have one of the deepest running back rooms in the NFL. So,
I mean, Damian Martinez may be your practice squad
maybe
guy.
I'm a little biased there, but that's a pretty good practice squad running
George
back.
Alani's been awesome.
Run the ball.
And they have 2 fullbacks they might keep. Who knows?
It's crazy. Do you care about the Timbers this week?
No, never do.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. Who are they playing? I'm not.
San Diego. I want to see FC San Diego.
FC, is it San Diego FC or Football Club San Diego? I hate the way we do that. Well, there's you heard after the league got created, MLS had, I think they still have a team, Real Salt Lake. Is that still a thing? We're calling it Real Madrid, but inserting Salt Lake City. What the hell are we doing here in America?
Do you know that if you go on to ESPN and try to pull up the standings for soccer, it's not standing, it's called table.
I wouldn't even understand that that's what the standings are.
Yeah, well, I had to look at the other options, and I figured it out on the first try. But you play on a pitch, your standings are a table,
and you can tie.
It's exhausting. So, no, I do not care. We move on to one more for the road. We do it next. It's Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan and The Fan Sports Network.
Seahawks football is on The Fan.
Quick toss to JSN.
Relax, hot shot.
Welcome back to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You gotta go spell on me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, Jordan, what are people saying to us, about us?
Well,
with us.
Appreciate, I think it's Soisberg, how you say it on YouTube. He said, Portland State v. Tarleton State, ESPN2, Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Come on, Schultze. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I got...
Not.
Whoa! I got a request. Well, I offered to put... I'm going to put the Portland State games on the pick'em. Why not? Let's go. If we're putting the Timbers on there, we can put the old Portland State Vikings on there. So I've got no problem with that. I just finished my pick'em. If you want to play along, just go to Fan Happy Hour at Fan Happy Hour on Twitter or X or whatever it's called, and play along. It's also been retweeted by the Fan account. So if you already follow the Fan, you can jump on and do that. Our one more for the road. I wanted to get to this earlier, but the SEC expanding kind of took the wind out of the sails.
Yeah.
I saw a headline that the Dolphins players are now upset after the joint practice with the Bears that the Bears are trying too hard.
Wait. What? Trying, like in practice?
Yes. So
Talking about practice here.
Aaron Brewer sounds off on fake tough guy practices by the Bears. This is after a headline got to my attention that the Lions released last week a full minute video of Amon-Ra St. Brown just torching the Dolphins. And one reporter saying that it was the worst joint practice they had ever seen, the most lopsided practice. Now, this is the Lions, who are, if anybody watched any of the Hard Knocks or has followed the Dan Campbell era, they are very try-hard. Ben Johnson, the new coach for the Bears, is from that coaching tree. So I can see that there may be some truth to the idea that the Lions and the Bears might be trying hard in practice.
Yeah.
But Dan Campbell's practice routine has resulted in them making it to the top of the NFC, at least in the regular season. I understand that they fell short a little bit in the playoffs. Do you remember the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game?
Before COVID?
Before COVID, it was the year 2000. Remember that? What, do we have sound from the old Conan bit? In the year 2000.
Oh, God, yeah.
They won a wild card game when Dave Wannstedt was their coach in 2000. Since then, they have made the playoffs a total of 5 times and lost all of those games. The Dolphins organization is an absolute mess.
I mean, yeah, they had Jay Fiedler at quarterback for like 5 years.
Well,
so
it's
been a dumpster.
Absolutely. It's been a dumpster fire. And now you have them complaining that their team's trying too hard. Reporters saying that it's the worst joint practice that you have. Have you seen the side-by-side photos of Mike McDaniels before he went to Miami and after Miami?
Yeah.
There's a book out called The Revenge of the Tipping Point. Are you familiar with The Tipping Point?
Yes.
And Malcolm Gladwell?
Yeah.
Have you read The Revenge of the Tipping Point?
No, I've not read The Revenge.
The Revenge of the Tipping Point talks about something they call over stories. And over stories that they highlight in there include the city of Miami. In the 1970s, Miami had an influx of immigrants. They had a race riot. They had the cocaine trade become very popular. And they talk about how Miami is an absolute unique place where if you go to Miami, it is more likely to change you than you are to change Miami.
That sounds so correct.
I'm not going to give you a whole lot more on it because I don't have it in front of me and I retain things only so well that I read. But look at how Miami has performed and ask yourself the question, is it possible that going to Miami may not be the best thing for your NFL career? Tyreek Hill is constantly fighting whether or not he wants to try or be part of the team or fight with players. You have Tua leave Alabama and go there, and he's good, he's hurt, he's bad, he's the conversations that go on. I am predicting that Miami will be the worst team in the NFL this year. I just feel like they are 100% going the wrong direction. They're going to blow things. I didn't even get to Brian Flores, who is still fighting with the entire NFL because nobody hired him after he refused to agree to cheat with the team. That's a whole nother thing. But I just think that Miami's going to be an absolute dumpster fire this year. They're going to be the bottom of a bad division, which excluding the Buffalo Bills, who have run roughshod over. I don't think the Jets are going to be very good. No. I'm not sure New England's ready to take the next step, but I think Miami's going to be awful this year. I kind of hope that I'm wrong a little bit, but right now, all signs pointing to this thing is going the wrong direction.
Quickly, you practice how you play. Right? Like that, it's like a 30-year-old or 50 or 60-year-old statement, and it's so true. And for you to bitch that another team is trying too hard, that is the same as Anthony Richardson asking out of the game in a third quarter last year for Indy.
You know what? Maybe they'll trade for Anthony Richardson.
Maybe they will.
He can make his return to the state of Florida, and it should work out just fine. That seems like a very good move. He wants out in Indianapolis. They need a backup for Tua. Do it. Get Anthony Richardson. Make the whole thing work. I think we're getting a fresh slate next year. Coaches fired, quarterbacks fired, GMs fired. It's all gone. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. Nathan, even though we couldn't get a hold of you while you were camping, thanks for playing. Take your pick. Thank you for everybody that's filled it out. Thank you, Jordan Schultz. And as always, thank you, Isaac Robb. We're done for now. Bye-bye.
Enjoy. It's your